That's your homemade brew there?
It's.
So, how are you?
I'm glad that. Josh, how are you?
Take care.
Oh, you weren't in here yet.
No.
Josh, how you doing, man?
All right.
How are you?
Shake my hand.
Nice to see you. It's on camera now.
Get out of here. That's line item.
Yes, and did they, still in action? Well, they were almost done. They were
Actually,
just
Jonathan,
starting
you know
to
what?
advertise their.
Are they older?
Okay.
So early January, we can.
Yeah, wasn't good. Good meeting. Johnson.
House stuff there. Nice. Usually.
John wasn't there, so.
So if this comes to pass, we'll be getting 2 days of access.
Yeah.
They're gonna love that.
I guess.
We're gonna love
Okay.
Usually heavy is the
Little.
Sharing the administration.
Yeah.
Are we voting on it tonight?
No.
This was only about laying out.
What I like about it, those men and women,
Coming to a
well, they
conclusion.
Session in December.
schedule a lot of gimmicks. They test this.
We just need, we need time.
They want to see what they have.
Did you go to
There's just so many other
this
things.
weekend?
I went to Friday.
So it was just about setting that. We talk about.
Dallas had,
What the agenda item was for, because
It was just. I said, hey, and do we need a special session? Do we talk about December beginning?
His angle was he
What is?
was a bit, he even said there's been by the end.
Community development.
But they're good, they're good.
Just like one
They've got
Not
deep
doing
bench.
But
Every picture.
yeah. They know.
They can play deep. Oh, I know. I do know.
Because it's the.
That's one thing I
it's
always
the
enjoyed.
committees
about that team. I
and the
never
regular-
enjoyed my defense in basketball.
Talking about in the crowd?
It's a,
Even team like West, he come in and averages like 60 points a game and all of us is six.
even license.
Hey folks, were any of you guys here for public comment? Okay,
False to.
did you, I don't know where the sign up sheet is? Did you sign up?
Why not? I know.
Change that, because we could screws everything. Us too.
I enjoy it so much.
Good. Stickers on the window.
That
makes sense.
The feed was really good. The sound was good on Saturday.
Good.
Come back.
Had the feed.
All the.
He didn't say it. No, it's usually if it's a little.
Work session.
And I saw a lot of.
Yeah, you back.
Administrative meeting.
No.
Say, well, we're here.
Yeah, Bill. Get our contractor back.
Right, and he's good.
The-
That's about as far as I. Yes, I see it's still slow.
You know that?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Strasburg.
Strasburg.
Well, just like, coming up for, Mike.
On Harrisburg.
Yeah.
We stayed in out.
There were so many different different months. It was hard to keep track anyway.
Yep.
So that was.
That was.
But it was nice. I.
Sometimes.
A nice dinner.
For you guys.
Especially whenever. Infections. A year.
Except for 600 days.
It's just.
These are all those comments, you know, Kurt and Matty couldn't have been gracious. I told him. So he does. So he calls her. So we got
Yeah, I like.
Oh, yeah.
in person. Because everybody's been lying about nothing. He said it jokingly, honestly. And I said, yeah, but you're on radio. When you're on radio.
Yeah.
You just say who you are.
Did you see him at first year? It was so emotional. That was the thing.
Which you have no idea.
For the election. 30 minutes.
He's down at West Virginia. Pitt, down at West Virginia.
Well, this one we can just do.
Me at Pitt, because this was a big deal.
All right.
Setting.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta hit something. All right, cool.
Feel better now?
I do. It's kind of, what's the word, cathartic? Thank you. Calling the work session for November 18th, 2025 to order. Okay, can we please have a roll call?
Yeah. Braun,
Here.
Palazzo. Here. DeBowser.
Here.
Frick. Here. Lancaster.
Here.
Noel. Here. Sarniso.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
8 present, 0 absent.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Do you have any additions or deletions or changes in general to the agenda? Did we want to move the
We need to have a
Words.
work
executive session?
session, but we can,
Because we pushed it to now. So there's the executive session that we were going to have at the last meeting that we ran out of time for.
Yeah.
And then did you want to talk about the, whatever the other thing was? I don't currently remember, but we talked about needing an executive session.
yeah, I hate to, delay these meetings, but,
Technically part of the meeting.
yeah, we can do it before, new business, if you don't mind.
You want to do it then before new business?
Mhm.
Okay. So,
So we
It
will
will be
add
very quick.
a quick executive session before new.
I look at your screen, do you? Oh, you're upstairs. Thank you. Got the wrong one.
all right. In which case that brings us to the public comment period. So thank you for being here. A bunch of faces I don't recognize. So I just want to give the basic rules that we like to follow. We ask people to follow for public comment at a borough council meeting. You will be, you all have your municipalities written down. So we have that because you need, I'll just start from the top. You need to state your name and municipality for the record. We have that. So you're good there. And then what we ask you to do is come sit in the chair. We ask you, please do not stand, please sit. And then we will have a timer and you are limited to 3 minutes. You do not have to take 3 minutes, but you are entitled and welcome to take all 3 minutes. And then other than that, we just ask to keep, you know, if you're passionate, that's fine. We do ask you not to scream at us though. But that being said, that's pretty much it. The floor in that moment is yours. You can say what you would like to say. You know, we just ask for, you know, trying to maintain basic decorum. But in that 3 minutes, again, if you're passionate about something, we do not have anything against people who are passionate, feel strongly about a topic.
Maybe add him to the list.
Did you want to have public comment as well?
I did.
Okay.
Sean McDaniel.
Who's on council?
Yep.
We got the list here already.
We get the list up here, Sean.
I forget where you live though. I know you're not far from me.
Church Street.
923 Church Street.
Thank you. Okay, got you on there. Okay, in which case then Anthony Reed is first up. Whenever you start talking, when your time starts, so don't, you know, no hurry.
I got, my comment is on the red light.
Mhm.
Okay, I got one for the chief of police, since he's sitting here. How many vehicle accidents have we actually had? Without red light? Not with pedestrians, just with vehicles. Now you're gonna reroute traffic all over different places, coming out to Philadelphia Street with no red light. There you have a red light. Busy days, when there's traffic backed up past Mike's Import Auto, where those cars are gonna turn, down those alleys. During school, you got school buses coming up Church Street, down Church Street. Where are they gonna go when you have a tractor trailer truck on those narrow roads? It's not like up above, it's narrow roads. Okay, I got a 9-year-old granddaughter with us most of the time. We go to the library during the summer. She asked me, why do we cross the street and cars come towards us? Because I tell her all the time, you gotta stop and look all the time. You have an easy solution for that. Stop and go. People walk, traffic stops. People stop, traffic go. All 4 ways, you don't have a problem. I don't understand. If a 9-year-old girl can figure that out, I think adults ought to be able to figure that out. I mean, I lived in Church Street probably longer than some of you guys have been alive. Since 1976 in the same house. Sean's my neighbor. So I just don't understand why you want to change all this stuff. We have such an easy solution. Stop and go. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir. One thing I did forget to mention, and I don't mean this to sound disrespectful to anybody with public comment. We'll hear your public comment. We won't necessarily respond to
I
you.
don't expect you to.
No, I just didn't want you to feel like we're ignoring any of you guys that want to speak, right? That's just the format that we may address your comment later in the meeting, that kind of thing. And if you really do want to follow up, we do ask to leave either an email or a phone number that we may follow up with you after the fact, after we've talked to the, the most knowledgeable person in that department in order to give you the best answer possible. So again, I should have said that at the beginning, and I apologize for that. So I don't want you to feel like I'm saying that in response specifically to what you said. I just don't want any of you to feel like we are just ignoring you. That's not why we're not responding.
I'm here still today because of our Indiana police force. And if we have other traffic on that street, I might not have been here today.
Well, thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for being here. Okay, and to Patricia, forgive me, Ellenberger?
So
You're-
Patrick.
Oh,
I wanted to wrote it, but hey, you know.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
You're good. Get you. These things happen. I'm here for the same reason basically Tony is. I missed the last meeting because I had prior engagements, but I agree with doing the red lights on both sides. That makes perfect sense. Just like the X crosswalk thing should have never been eliminated. We wouldn't be where we are. It wasn't. But where I stand is the no left turn thing with the red lights makes absolutely no sense. It is not going to change anything as far as the way people walk because the lights are going to be red. And diverting the traffic down Church Street is never going to work because Church Street is not wide enough for two cars. As we know now, if you try to come up Church Street, you got to move out of the way. Church Street from curb to curb is 24 foot. And then you eliminate 7 foot per parking space. And then it'll take another foot or so on each side for people to drive because you don't drive on the curb. You're down to 15-foot lane. So how you putting two cars down or a truck? And I drove tractor trailer for over 30 years. You can take a tractor trailer down there, but there's only certain places you're going to be able to turn depending on what is on the left side of the street vehicle wise, and depending on what trailer you're pulling and where it's set up at. So it's going to be a disaster, to be perfectly honest with you. And legally, it would have to have a study to show that it can take that. And that would have to be a combination of PennDOT and the borough. Because it's most likely grandfathered for two-way traffic, but that grandfather ends when you change traffic patterns. So that's going to have to be done. And Gompers is worse. Some spots in Gompers are only 15 foot wide with nothing. So that's not going to work. So you're going to send traffic to areas that are just going to make things worse, where you're really not improving anything by eliminating the left turn. Granted, it's a bad left turn and it takes forever some days, don't get me wrong, because it's a zigzag, but that is not why people were getting run over. God bless them. But that has nothing to do with it, in my opinion. And Water Street is definitely a little wider and we'll do a little better, don't get me wrong, but that's still not going to be great either. School Street's one way. It doesn't have a huge effect on it other than it's going to increase capacity, which is not great because of the students. But, you're opening up a can of worms here that aren't good. And I feel certain once the traffic study comes in and what has to be done to run two-way traffic on that street, nobody's going to want to do it. And people are going to be driving through yards because the curbs on Church Street in many places are flush with the street and they're supposed to be above it and they are not. And I can tell you that for a fact, because when we block off our house, when you guys block it off for the parade, people literally just drive right through our front yard, right over our sidewalk. So if you think they're going to follow any of that stuff, it's not going to happen. And if you do it, you're going to have a no truck sign and stop all truck traffic. And I don't know what you do as far as the traffic debacle you're going to create. It's not going to be good. So, and if you look up the code for it, it definitely has to be researched and checked according to PennDOT. So, and the state. I think that's it.
Thank you for your
And
time.
I've been on council before, so thank you all for doing it, because I know it's a thankless job and it doesn't pay anything.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you for being here, sir. Jill?
Hi, thanks for your time. I'm here for the traffic issues also. I do agree with red lights when people are walking. I see that you've already approved that. Would have come to the other meeting, but when I read about it, it said it was discussion meeting. And I was really shocked when I found out you voted on that meeting. Whether misinformation was put out in the paper, I don't know, but it would have been nice to know that you were taking action that night also. So I'm apologize, didn't come because it was a discussion thing. And then I did have a question about agendas. I went online, there's nothing on November, and I wanted to get the agenda for tonight in advance, and it wasn't out there. And like you're talking about an Act 537 resolution. Don't know where it is, just found out tonight, you're gonna talk about it, maybe pass it, don't even know what it is. So would just request that agendas and backup data be available on your website for prior to meetings, if that's possible. Something you can work towards that. Again, appreciate your time to your volunteering. I totally understand this is a volunteer position. So thank you very much. And please, please consider eliminating the no left on 286 as that commercial traffic diverted onto our side streets would just really impact our community. And I come up and down Church regularly and have to pull in behind a car to get another car passing me. And when the school bus is on that road, you're not going anywhere. So let alone a tractor trailer. And we have a lot of delivery, we know, because it's coming from the malls. And just really concerned about that being on our side streets. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Morgan?
So I'm here for the same reason that they're here. And I do first want to say that I appreciate everything the borough is doing to address the safety issues. And again, agree with the four-way stops. That makes perfect sense to me. I'm a newer resident of the 9th Street, Church Street. And as my father said, very narrow street. That's a big issue, but also thinking about the backup that's going to lead to on Oakland, have these folks having to turn left here. I even avoid it myself and try to go back in alley, but I just have a regular car. I don't have a tractor trailer, so. But mainly, I also want to talk about the fact that we might have this traffic occurring around midnight, 3 a.m., because people got to drive no matter what time of day. That's going to increase noise. That's going to wake people up. It's bad enough when they come and get the garbage at 5 a.m. So I think there's a lot to consider here as far as this left turn is concerned, and just want to thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for being here. Jones?
Many of the things that I was going to say has already been said, but I like it better in my own voice. First of all, my profound gratitude for the work that you're doing. I know what it is like to do a thankless task, attempting to make people's lives better while they fight you the whole way. I think it's a terrible idea to make traffic going north on Oakland not able to turn left. Now, I acknowledge, which is I think what we're discussing, right? Now, I know that this is a traffic issue that has existed since before Indiana and West Indiana were two different boroughs at the beginning of the previous century. We have a number of places around town in which we had intersections that no one in their right mind with cars would develop. But my concern is the one shared by my, and we have somehow managed to survive all of this, let's say 125 years, with this inconvenient issue. People want to turn left on Philadelphia, especially people who don't know the town very well. If they cannot turn there, they will turn on Church Street. Now, as has been indicated, it's already a narrow street, especially when you have cars parked, especially from 10th to 11th, that downhill is impossible to go down under the current traffic situation. Now, there will be times of day after this in which we can imagine 3 times or 4 times as much traffic going that way. That street will become impassable. Now, many of the people who now drive that street acknowledge it as a residential neighborhood. Very different than what Philadelphia is. People already drive too fast down that street. Church Street, we have no lights. We have a narrow street. It is not observed. The same traffic over on Philadelphia is a broad street with plenty of lights and plenty of visibility. Now, another element is that with the reduction of the number of students at IUP, many of the former student houses in that area now have families and have families with children and people who walk their dogs, where the space between where they are walking and the road itself is very slim, right? I think it would be a potential mistake to imagine that we're addressing a safety hazard on Philadelphia Street, which is present, to a very easily predictable one on a far more narrow street with more families, more children, and more students, IUP students, who are walking to campus. And worst of all is that we get truck traffic. And even the trucks struggle to make that turn on to Philadelphia. But at least it's broad enough for them to be able to do that. Imagine what that intersection that's already bent the way that it is, right, in which it is not, there's that sharp angle. Imagine what that's going to be like when trucks are trying to turn down there and then are going to occupy the whole street all the way down until probably they get to 13th, where they'll then do the same very difficult turn and go up to the red light there. I understand that you have put thought, genuine work and thought into this. I have not been present at the discussions. I don't know all the other factors that are available to you. So if you decide in what I believe to be the wrong way, I can only imagine that you're doing that with the best available information that you have. That said, I have sat on that side in what was not nearly as beautiful as what we have now.
I don't mean to interrupt. The buzzer did go off. I was trying to give you a moment to wrap it up. I don't know if you heard it. That's all.
It's a
That's all.
professional hazard. If it's not 50 minutes, but I believe I've made my case.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was trying to let you draw to a conclusion.
I
So.
need to be, like, I need to get the sign.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you for your time, sir. Is that your phone? Your phone?
13th is the only.
Oh, that's,
Okay, all right. All right, thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case now, moving on to the committee reports, which I would imagine are gonna move rapidly. Peter, where's Peter?
Peter's right here.
I'm right here.
All right, Peter.
For some reason I got down here.
I don't.
Down here before. Administration committee is meeting later this evening. We have not met.
Yes.
Meeting, so I have nothing to report.
Right. For community development is next. I'm just gonna hold everything for the next council meeting in lieu of the busyness of the night. So we'll go turn to public safety.
Big thing I just wanted to mention is the discussion last week that we had from Nicole and from Chief Shaw is that we're going to be putting up the work to change the lights up they're going on bid. And we expect the bid to be accepted and probably work. I think it's going to begin sometime in January of 2026, start making the changes on Philadelphia Street. And that was the biggest thing that came out of our
Just the lights, not.
The lights, yeah.
anything with the turning.
So I did,
nothing to do with turning,
I did want to just, since the folks are still here and it is the public safety report, please correct me if anyone remembers this differently, but that was in lieu of a feasibility study, right? We did talk about making sure a lot of the different things you've mentioned, plus a few you haven't mentioned. So yes, we did vote on it, but it was not it's not like a no matter what, if
Right.
they run into significant
not a grant.
roadblocks, we're gonna revisit that as a council body.
But we expect work to start in January. It's
On the four-way stuff,
Red.
the all reds, yeah.
Or when people are.
It'll be a
crossing,
gradual
it'll be
thing.
red.
Yeah, so for the left turn, it is, quite frankly, we're not 100% sure when it would even happen if it goes through, because that study hasn't
Yeah.
happened yet. And there's things to look into, so I
It
did.
would need to be, you at least need to put it on, when you're gonna revisit it, sorry to interrupt, you're gonna need to put it online so we can actually look at the meetings.
Our person that normally does that is on maternity.
So this is the only
So
month.
this is-
it didn't-
yeah. When she's, yeah.
It didn't get posted.
We have laminated, what's the word? Laminated repeatedly about her absence. How.
Demented.
Thank you. I love how
loud
we want her to have a baby right now. No, she's great, but she's busy with more important things.
It's on there except for this
Yeah.
month. I mean, you can
Yes.
look up every.
Normally she's with
It
it.
is fair criticism with a good response and stuff.
The agenda would have been there before tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Backup be with it all, like this Act 537, which I just looked up.
The 537 plan is a long-standing plan that we've had multiple meetings for multiple years.
Yeah.
But
This is just, we just
Website.
finally got approval from DEP today.
Okay, so,
So-
but would any attachments, there are attachments
If
in your
you would
agenda?
go back and look at any prior minutes and meetings, they're
Yeah.
all posted on our website and everything's, even the recordings of the meetings are on there. And
Yeah.
they're all on Public Works agendas is the Act 537. And it's
So
talked
when
about
do you
every
think
month.
we'll be back to normal on postings?
January or
Okay.
December, we'll figure it out how to do it.
Working with DEP, I spent years doing this.
So,
Yeah.
folks, forgive us. We have a lot of things we have to do. I don't mean to cut anyone off, but we're a little outside the normal realm, but you all have the same topic. And so we felt, like
Thank you.
give us fun. We do need to move on, please, to Public Works.
All right, well, we're gonna
Which
be
is
meeting in a
extra
minute, but
policy.
let's go ahead and and move to adopt the Act 537 plan. There's a resolution.
Obviously, Bill's here if you guys have any questions. And Bill, do you want to give a
Just
update?
real quick, I got an email from DEP today. They said that everything looks good except the resolutions you adopted had the wrong
No.
proposed start date and end of the first phase construction date because it's taken so long for them to approve it. So they asked if you guys could approve this resolution tonight. If you
Okay.
can, I'll send it to them tomorrow. We should have a letter hopefully by the end of the week approving this the Act 537 plan, which is basically the study that gets you out of your corrective action plan that you've been under for several years.
And there was no adjustments to the plan. We can move forward as planned. Okay. I'd like to move to accept this resolution.
Moved and seconded. I mean, we're throughout the process, we'll spend money, but does this specifically need to be roll call? Let's just do it anyway.
It's not, I
No.
mean, we're not spending money. We're
Resolution.
Okay.
resolution.
In which case then, any
Agreed.
further, it's been moved and seconded, any further discussion on this particular very long-standing resolution? This resolution, any further discussion? No, okay,
Great.
Peter, I can't see everybody, forgive me. No, okay,
Yeah.
so in which case, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by nay. Motion carries. I don't have the motion, but that's
It's,
okay, you do.
it's just a long resolution.
Yeah, no, usually I check it, but it doesn't, I didn't get that.
Okay,
Anyway, that's okay. Anything else from Public Works?
no, we'll be back on in a minute.
Yep. Okay, in which case, moving on to commissioner reports. Peter, anything from planning that needs to be talked about right now?
It needs to be talked about? Probably not. We spent about an hour talking about the proposal from Sheets to move their store across the street into the Rite Aid lot. But that's still preliminary.
One day, I want a business. That's enough.
They're talking about
Move through.
100 feet.
2027.
2027,
2027.
okay,
Interesting.
yeah, right. All right, in which case, where's Betsy? Everybody's out of place, my gosh. Betsy, anything to?
Nice to see you.
Anything you want to bring up from whatever the latest and greatest shade tree meeting was?
It'll be this Monday.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's right.
I shared their report at council.
Yeah, okay. So nothing more from Shade Tree Personnel Reports, Nicole?
I have nothing for tonight.
Okay, in which case LT in lieu of chief?
Nothing.
Okay, in which case, Mr. Solicitor?
I have nothing to report tonight.
In which case, moving on to myself. And again, in the interest of time, nothing at this particular moment in time, Mr. Mayor.
Nothing to report.
Okay, in which case, folks, this is no, we're gonna do it after old business. Is there any old business? No, okay, in which case then we are gonna have an executive session, and for the folks that are unfamiliar, that means we do ask you please vacate the room and we will let you know if you're still hanging out. When did you?